Women's health and the vaccine are getting more attention. Fertility experts now recommending those planning on going through treatment plans should plan ahead. They should plan ahead with their vaccine timing. Also, women are documenting other reproductive issues along with the vaccine. For more on this, Chrono's Teresa Stasio joins us from a mass vaccination site. Hey, Teresa.
Hi, Sanaz. You know, we've heard from all of the experts about the safety of this vaccine, but there are some aspects of the vaccine that experts are saying that women need to be paying attention to, and that includes fertility treatments. Timing plays a critical role in embryo transfers and other forms of fertility treatments. And now, medical experts say when it comes to getting a vaccine while undergoing reproductive assistance, that too needs to be balanced for best results.
There's no data that the vaccines interfere with fertility at all. What the concern is if you get vaccinated, a significant number of people get a reaction either that evening or the next day or even the day after that. They can get fever, body aches, a whole list of things that people get from the vaccine. Could that interfere with implantation? There's no evidence of that, but it seems to make sense that you don't want to do anything that's going to cause a febrile response right at the time when the egg could be implanting.
Dr. John Schwartzberg with UC Berkeley School of Public Health Division of Infectious Disease and Vaccinology.
The vaccine is a profound event for all of us. If it's going to be interfering with something else that may be important, or you have some questions about that, talk to your doctor. If it's got to do with fertility, talk to your obstetrician about the timing of your vaccine with whatever else is going on in your life.
The vaccine also highlighting another women's health issue coming to light: heavier menstrual cycles for those vaccinated.
So with the menstrual cycle, it's really interesting. There have been no reports of menstrual cycle irregularities in terms of the studies. But when you look at what people are talking about on social media, there's thousands and thousands of women who are talking about some irregular menstruation after getting vaccinated. I've had many people inquire about that as well. But when you look for the science behind it, it just hasn't been reported. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
The CDC has released findings that nearly 80% of women have some type of side effect with the vaccine. Fertility treatments and menstruation, just the latest issues facing women and COVID-19. And there's also this that we also are learning about this vaccine and women's health, that when it comes to mammograms, it's now recommended that after the second vaccine that you wait a month before scheduling and having a mammogram, a regular one, because your lymph nodes can increase and that can give you a false positive. And so that's the last thing that anybody wants, is to get that kind of news and find out that it's not real, and all of the emotional turmoil that could cause someone. So again, that is now recommended a month after that second vaccine, but there needs to be, Sanaz, more data collected about the menstrual cycle, as well as this whole issue about fertility treatments and how long you should wait for, egg transfers or actual, treatments to increase your egg count. So certainly another aspect of all of this dealing with SARS-CoV-2. Back to you.
That's right. And that kind of data is actually collected over time, so it's just a matter of time. Thank you so much, Teresa.